There it is. There it is. What's going on, world? Let's keep it lit. You know. Let's see. Light on this side. You can hear the torch, but we don't. We don't promote the activity. That's what you're not supposed. You're supposed to say that specific stuff on YouTube, man. But it's an Ant King kind of day, man. It's the Ant King kind of day. Hold on. There it is, right there. You know. And we got the James Harden mystery machines on, man. Don't make me take the shoe off. Don't make me take the shoe off. Hold on, man. I'm gonna do it because I'm rocking them loose anyway. And it's the James Harden, bop, bop, bop. Mystery machine kind of day, bruh. Hella funny. Volume 6, Volume 5, whatever fucking number he's on. Hella funny. Hella funny, bruh. But it's like, I was rocking the shoe. Because this used to be my old work shoe. I would wear like scrubs. I used to have scrubs, same color, like as this. I wear these scrubs and I try to match it with the shoe. Scrub color. Just keep it all within the blue-green color palette. And there was someone down in the OR area. There was 2 people actually. They're like, your shoes are like the mystery machine. And I was like, Scooby-Doo? And they're like, yeah. And I had to look it up. I was like, you're right. It's the fucking van, bro. It looks just like the van, bro. It looks just like the mystery machine van. Oh shit, I don't know what happened. There was a horn honk. There was a lady yelling. I'm scared now. There's a whole lot going on right here. The world has answered. Anyway, that's just probably a sign to like, hey, no more mysteries, no more mysteries, man. Figure out who the villain is. But like I said, it's an Ant King kind of day. So don't worry about the villains, man. Just be the king. Don't worry about no villains. We the king out here. You know what I mean? All them people doing all that extra, meditation, martial arts, you know what I'm saying? Looking like, Netero, the chairman Netero, like doing all the extra martial arts, meditating and all that, man. It's just like, we knock them down. We knock them where they need to be. They might have lost the battle, but they be winning the war. I'll give them credit. But, it's an Ant King kind of day, man. Psylocke, am I saying that correctly? Let me know if I'm saying the name correctly. Psylocke, is that right? Appreciate you dropping in, man. Appreciate you dropping in. I got the hiccups already. Let's get a bit of that coffee, man. Let's get a bit of the coffee going, man. I said it correctly? Cool. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here, man. He said, hi, Roberto Carlos embrace Islam. Hey, tell me who Roberto Carlos is, man. I don't know if I know who that is, but appreciate you, Waleed Insights. Am I saying that right, too? Waleed? I had a friend named Wahid, man, from Maryland. Wahid, was it the chosen one? The one chosen by God, I believe that's what Wahid means. Yeah, he's doing some time. He'll be free. Shit, before you know it, I don't know. Like, he's doing a long time. Quarter century. One of those quarter century kind of bids, man. God bless him, man. God bless everyone that's, dealing with stuff, struggling. And sometimes we just, it's just the stuff. Famous Brazilian footballer. Oh, okay. Roberto Carlos. I don't know if I know. I don't know too much about football and soccer and whatnot, so my bad about that. But I'd love to go to Brazil, man. Shout out to Brazil. My friend Mars came back and showed us some hay ice. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, man. Got that money stack, that hay ice. And I thought about every time I see hay ice, I think about City of God. He's like, oh, I need to get the pictures developed. And he just slapped the money in his hand. It was the best dap ever. Again, the best dap with the money in his hand. Blah. You just hear the paper. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even crinkled. He was like, yeah, man, just keep the change. You know what I mean? He said, just keep the change. I was like, damn. I need to get me some hay ice or some euros or whatever. Get some more money. Just so I could do that. But I don't like carrying cash, but I carry cash when, like, I go to get, like, a tattoo or something, I recently been working on some pop. Again, it's got some air exposure today, so that's good. Got the shading and the lighting and the gradient going with the whale wave tattoo. So we're working on that. I've been all right, Waleed. How you been, man? I've been, you know what I mean? It's like, if I was to say how I've been for the past 7 days, Waleed, I think like I had a lot of ups and downs from like, feeling, just ashamed of myself, feeling a little guilty about, lashing out at my friends. And then, there was a lot of forgiveness that was being made and had there. But at the same time, I feel like I'm still beating myself up about it. I should be I'm supposed to be a better person. Like I'm a little bit older than them, but and more mature. But at the same time, I should have held space and rank for my friends, and I didn't. And I'm very disappointed in myself. But a lot of people are just like, hey, man, you're gonna don't let it eat away at you. Just take care of yourself. Don't let it eat away at you. So I'm doing my best to kind of take care of myself these next couple of days, more or less. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get a chance to see, a couple more friends, coming tomorrow and whatnot. So that's gonna be a thing too. From what country you are, the country I am, the country I am from. I don't know if I'm saying that. I don't know if I'm responding to that correctly, but USA, man. We in the USA, man. I are from USA. Yeah. If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, man. I'm not trying to be funny either. I'm just trying to meet you halfway, as best as possible. Yeah. Are you in the USA too, right? What's going on? Yeah, you're alive. It means it's not too late. And well, that's the thing too, Walida. It's like I did my profuse apologizing. You know what I mean? I did my profuse apologizing. I was apologizing profusely and whatnot. But the other side of it is like, I don't know, man. It was like, it's bothering me. So like, it's something that I have to deal with personally. You know what I mean? So it's just one of them things, man. I just got to deal with it. I'm just rolling with the punches right now. You know what I mean? I'm just rolling with the punches. But I hold that L proudly because I'm like, oh yeah, that was a mistake that I made on my behalf. And like the three friends that I had offended, it was like, they were cool about it. They were like, bro, you're good. I get it. You got a lot of shit on your plate, and we appreciate what you're doing. And that's my bad too. It was kind of a mutual thing, a mutual respect thing. But at the same time, my personal thing is hard for me. Like I just feel like I made a mistake, and I'm a perfectionist, so that's probably why it's bothering me too. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. You're from France? What? Can you say Silox? Can you say how do I say hello, or how do I say hi in French? I forgot how to say it. I don't know if if you're still there. Or is it bonjour? Bonjour. I think that's what it is. Bonjour. Am I Christian? No. H Swats. Let me know if I'm saying that right, man. Good morning, by the way. Oh, hold on, wait. Yeah, bonjour. It's translating it to good morning on the chat. It's translating it to, let me know if that's correct. Is bonjour more like it doesn't necessarily need to be morning? Is it like any time of the day, excuse me? But H Swats, I am not religious at all, but I do believe in God, but I'm not religious at all, I've just had my personal experiences and whatnot with God, and therefore I believe in God, if that makes sense to you or anyone. So yeah, bonjour. So bonjour is hello. Yeah, so I don't know why I don't know why I did auto translate. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of weird. Bonjour. Yeah. What's the other one I'm thinking of, man? It's we is yes, or something like that. We. Faisal, welcome back, Faisal. I think you were here yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Appreciate you coming back, and I'm just chilling, hanging out, as usual, per usual. It is doing our thing. Faisal, how do you say hello in Pakistani? How do you say it in or what is the language over there? I don't know what the language is over there. I know there probably is Arabic over there too. I'm not sure. Pakistani, yeah. Let me know how to say hello. I'm trying to learn every language. If I learn every language, I'll go around the world to eat all the foods. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pick up where Anthony Bourdain left off. Rest in peace, man. I got the same birthday as Brett. Same birthday as Bourdain. He's like, yep. Just go around the world and just get something to eat. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to live. But that's how I'm feeling about it. You can say salud also. Salud? Oh, interesting. Salud. Do you guys say salam? Salam is peace. I know salam is peace. I know some people start off conversations like that. I know with like Tigrinya and Amharic, or like in Ethiopian, they say salam. But in my language, we say salamat, which means thank you. And then I know salam or something else in Urdu, Urdu or Hindi. It's very similar. Or good day. I hope I write it right. My English is not the best. Or good day. Uh, can you write it in French? If you write it in French, I can tap it, and then it'll like give me it'll give me what you wrote, so that way I guess I can read it in French. But yeah, I think that's the only word I know is like remember I used to watch Dexter, so they had omelette du fromage, like the egg omelet or something, omelette du fromage, cheese omelet or something, cheese or egg omelet, and then like oui was yes, bonjour, hello, mon ami, something like that. I be forgetting, bruh. I be forgetting all the words, eh? But yeah, it's like that. It's like that. Hold on, man. Getting the rap ambush? Thought I was getting the rap ambush. I guess not. But yeah, feel free to write it in French. You know what I mean? If you write it in French, it'll translate, and then I could tap it and then see the French version. But yeah, I learned some French. I got what's it called? I know a couple people in Canada that are learning, if not relearning French, because there's parts of Canada and people that live there that speak both English and French. Excuse me. It's probably one of the few countries that integrate both really well. Like outside of England and France, I should say. I know places like Haiti. Haiti probably has a bit of French and English, so I can imagine that too. But that's an interesting thing, man. It's a real interesting thing. I should have been running this on horizontal. I'd be forgetting that when I'm by myself, I got to run that horizontal. I was like, oh, shit. I'm happy. What's great about the summer, man? I've been happy to see, like in most, because I get my morning started at different times and whatnot, but it's always nice to see people get their morning started here too, whether before they go to work or before they got to do what they got to do at the church, etc. You just run into different people, different times of the day. I should have just took a pic of the damn Ant King t-shirt. But yeah, we'll see. I might run it back, and then I might run it back and do the horizontal. I might run back and do the horizontal at the 17 mark. I might do that. We'll see how things go. Because people start pouring in at around this time, if not like a couple minutes later. You know what I mean? It'd be like that. I'm rambling. That's what we're here for, though. That's what we're here for. Let's see, man. Bonjour, I believe this is right. Yeah. I appreciate it either way, man. I appreciate it either way, Silox. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm about to, I'm learning, like I gotta, for example, like I gotta learn a language for about a year, and then it's just gonna, like I'm getting better at like Japanese, but then I'm also like, I know if I took Spanish for a year, I'd figure it out, because I'm already like halfway there with most pronunciation and words and whatnot, but it's the sentence structure, it's the talking to people, it's the whole nosotros, you know what I mean? Like the multiples, more people. How do you know what's right or wrong? In general, or are you talking about the words? Like you talking about in words? Or do you mean like in general, Waleed? Let me know if that's what you mean. Bonjour, I believe this is, or unless you're speaking to Silox, how do you know what's right or wrong? Yeah. I mean, you know what it is? Like, even if it is language, it's like, as long as the sentence is functional, because you ever talk to someone who has like broken English, they're not saying it like correctly or whatever, but you understand what they're trying to say. So as long as you understand the function of what's being, like, if someone needs help with something, you just help them out. Like, even if they have broken English, right? But you don't sit there and try to correct their English and then help them. You kind of just help them first, and then if you get to know them a little more, you just try to help them with the sentence structure, because it doesn't bother you, unless it does, but it doesn't really bother you too much, right? So you kind of just help them with whatever they're asking. In general, yeah, especially ethics. So how do you know what's right or wrong? I guess it to me, it's the same thing. It's just like it's functional, right? There's a functional thing to me where it's like, on one hand, some people aren't functioning correctly, but at the same time, they're not doing the worst thing, right? So you got some people who might actually be struggling. What's a big old bug? Some people who are just struggling with themselves mentally. So you know what I mean? Some people struggling with themselves mentally all the time, or they make bad decisions, or they make bad choices about themselves or amongst themselves all the time. That happens a lot. A lot of people do that shit. But the thing about it is, are they hurting people in the process? You know what I mean? There's people who are struggling with like grief and all this type of wild shit, and they'll go around robbing people and weird shit. And that's wrong, because it's like, in the midst of you struggling with yourself, you're hurting others. It'd be one thing if you were struggling with yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was upset that I lashed out, because I was struggling with something personally, and I took that energy out on the wrong people for the wrong reasons. And I was just like, yo, I'm over here overlooking in this shit. I'm looking for the wrong reasons. So it's just, for me, it's a bit of function. There's a functionality of like, are you hurting people in the process of this stuff? You know what I mean? There's other people who do certain things for money. Is that necessarily right or wrong? That's more of a mixed thing for me too, because at the same time, it's like, you have some people who are doing certain things to make money, to feed themselves, if not their family. Other people are just trying to make money. Some people are just ignorantly trying to make money, or just arrogantly trying to make money, and that's the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? So ethically, it really would come down to, you know, are you going against your own ethics, right? And then are you hurting other people in the process? Because when you hurt other people in the process, that's when you start to impose your own ethics on other people, and that could be wrong as well. That can be viewed as wrong. That could be considered wrong. That can be just be wrong, just hurting other people, you know? So that's the tricky side of it, is like, to pretend like things are cut and dry and, you know, either or. It's a lot of shit is skewed. You know, you meet a lot of people all the time. They just come from, you know what I mean, like rough backgrounds and like ignorant philosophies, and at the same time, you know, like they are just, they're working through and trying to undo the shit that was normal within their household or their family tree or whatever. And it's always a work in progress. You know what I mean? It's always a work in progress. That's the right of it. Like, people might be doing and saying the wrong shit all the time, but the right of it is like, at least they're saying it out loud and working through that process. But the other side of it, I would say, is like, you know, you'll hear people say some ignorant shit when you don't check them, right? When you don't check them and stuff. That's the side of it where it's like, hey, just kind of check somebody, like, hey, just be a little more considerate. That's where that kind of comes in, where it's just like, that person who's doing the wrongdoings has to kind of be checked for their, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm trying to say, but the lack of knowledge also makes you do wrong decisions. For example, genetic modified foods. Yeah, that's the other crazy thing too. I thought I was talking to my friend about that shit. But the lack of knowledge. Let me know if I'm gonna reread it again. All right. But the lack of knowledge also makes you do wrong decisions. For example, a genetic modifier. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because it's like a carrot is not a natural food. It's something that was genetically modified or genetically engineered. However, it doesn't really hurt people. You know what I mean? It's actually nice that they created a new vegetable. It wasn't like nature collaborated and created that. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like a big old sandstorm happened, and then the sands and the grains that were taken up from Egypt, the small bits of grains that came all the way through that hit Brazil, because that's the thing too, like, there's a bit of nature that comes into it that help create some extra nutrients that change the bananas in Brazil, like, you know, all that type of if, ands, and maybes, right? Like, it wasn't like nature took its course, but at the same time, you know what I mean, you have people who are going out of their way to speed things up. Something about that seems a little off to me sometimes, you know. I can't tell you whether it's right or wrong, but, you know, like, here we are just living in these societies, in these cities here, right or wrong, and we're just in this. What is this in your hand, the roll? Oh man, don't worry about it, because, you know, we can't talk about that on YouTube. That's the thing. This is that right or wrong. That's the right or wrong right there. You know, but every time I get brought up on YouTube, that's when they start hitting y'all with the flag, or hit me with the flags and shit. I'm like, damn, bro, they hit me with the yellow flag when it's first down. But yeah, it's like that sometimes, man. But you can hear the torch though, so you got the idea. You got the idea, Silox. You know. I see the side of this. So yeah, it's interesting, man. It's like there's certain decisions you can't come back from. Is I guess is what I'm trying to say on the functionality side. So like if you were to take a life, fundamentally, I think most people understand that there's some wrong to that. But then it comes down to like if you ever heard the saying like if you kill a killer, you save a life. That's pretty much what that is too. Where it's just like you have someone who's like psychopathic or whatever. They don't have empathy in their whatever, and then they just take someone's life. They just like normally, and then it's just like. But if you were to give that person a due process and electrocute them, or if you were to just assassinate them yourselves, all of a sudden you're a hero. You know what I mean? Like that's how that is supposed to be looked at. But I can't tell you whether that's right or wrong or not. It's just it's also the nature. Back to nature, it's just the nature of human beings, where it's just like, yo, you did something to me, I got to do it back. You made me feel a way, I got to make you feel it back, but also maybe even worse. It just comes down to the degree of shit. It's the function of stuff, man. It's the function. If you're gonna flip a whole function of something and make it very worse or as bad as possible, you gotta really, really re-examine yourself a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. If y'all are hanging out, man, I might close this one out right here and then run it back and do a horizontal one, because I've been wanting to do more horizontal stuff. You know what I mean? I always do the vertical ones, like if I'm co-streaming with somebody, usually my friend Zen. But I actually, let me see if that dude texted me. I think he texted me yesterday. I'll check it like later, but once I hit that, it's gonna be in a few seconds here actually. But I'll close it out right here. But hopefully what I'm saying makes sense. I'm not trying to pretend that I'm right or wrong with what I'm saying. I'm just giving you we're just having a philosophical talk about this stuff. Hopefully we find some common ground, if not some conclusion. But at the same time, like life itself is not a conclusion. You know what I mean? It's just something to live. It's just something to experience, right? So that's a whole other conversation too. But there it is, man. For those that tuned in, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Peace. I'm out. I'm gonna come right back and do horror.